It's Monday, May 13, 7 a.m. I'm a little distracted right now. Did win the orb this morning. All right, so I'm a little distracted because I just saw that Roaring Kitty posted about GameStop, and GameStop is up 110% today. So I'm looking at that. It looks like the stock is halted at the moment. All right. Oh, so it looks like GameStop is moving again, maybe. Just gonna kind of keep my eye on that. I did win the opening trade, Yap Orb. 22 ticks and 3 contracts on PA10. And then I also took it on evaluation 40 and did 10 contracts, and I got about 24 ticks. I was going to go for 31, but my ATM strategy didn't get put on for some reason. And so because the ATM didn't appear, I just manually closed it. So it's roughly 24 ticks, but the entries were different and the exits were different on multiple contracts. So not exactly sure exactly how many ticks since that happened, but either way, and this is not counting the commission because I forgot to set up the commission rates here. So I actually made 1,125. So you could see that here. But I'm going to try to pass evaluations much quicker. So that's the idea of that. So you can see this is the evaluation, and then this is the PA. All right, so I'm going to switch over. I'm going to switch over my account so I can trade a different evaluation. Hide my screen for a second while I do this. So the opening trade was cool, and now what I'm going to try to do is try to play the evaluation. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Evaluation 41. So what I did is I bought 3 new evaluations. Obviously, the evaluations I currently have before that, 29 through 39, are all at mid-month for a couple more weeks. So bought 3 new evaluations and traded 10 contracts on evaluation 40 on the open. I'm going to just try to pass these evaluations faster. So spending all this time and effort into passing these things, and then wasting all my good trades on the evaluations and not getting them on my PAs, I think has sort of been my problem to not getting payouts. So when I'm going on winning streaks, I want that to be on my PAs. So I got to pass the evaluations quicker so that the bulk of my good trades are happening on PAs and not evaluations. And I'm still just keeping my eye on GameStop because it looks like it's halted again. It was halted, they restarted it, and then it halted again. So Roaring Kitty is back, and I'm just gonna keep my eye on it in case I want to jump on it. But it was up 110%. Now it's up 99%. GameStop. All right, so I've got 3 charts that I'm watching, as well as the 1-minute chart. I'll put this on this here. Actually, what I'll do 4 contracts at a time. Since I'm playing, actually, let me, so out of it right now, I'm going to turn my monitor off again real quick. Just make sure I put on the right evaluation I wanted. Yeah. All right. Oh, so GameStop is moving again. A big pullback. I'm so distracted by this GameStop thing. Right, so GameStop was at 38 at the high. It's now pulled back to 30. And it looks like it's halted again. It's crazy. One guy can make this thing move. So I've got these 3 tick charts. They're all relatively similar in tick chart size, so let's keep an eye on those 3, as well as the 1 minute. As well as GameStop. All right, so just keeping my eye on a number of things here. Got the 1 minute chart up here on YouTube. I've got my 3 charts for tick charts for my BS system. I got on my phone, I'm watching the GameStop because Roaring Kitty's tweeting again, and the stock was up 110% at one point this morning. So just kind of keeping my eye on things here. Bit distracted. Seems like GameStop has been halted again. It's been halted at least 2 or 3 times since I've been watching it. GameStop is moving again. I'm just trying to decide if I want to buy some or not. What's the last peak it had? And the last time it was this high, it went up to like between 45 and 50 bucks, and it's at 31 right now. GameStop halted again. This is crazy. It's getting like halted every other minute. Alright, failed breakout here on second entry short. Would have liked that maybe if I was paying attention. changed one of my charts because chart that I was watching had a bad entry. So my game plan is to try to pass evaluation 40 in like within, 1, 2, or 3 days. Got a nice win on it today on the opening trade, so I'm going to move on to the next evaluation and use that to trade today. And then I'll use this account and trade the opening again tomorrow and see what I can do with it. And got a nice win this morning on the PA to get that one started. GameStop is moving again. All right. So I just bought a little GameStop just to see what happens. I saw the movie. I saw what happened. If the guy's tweeting again, I'll try it. All right, now I'll try to focus on this. Hey there, how's it going? Welcome. I was trading for you today. I've been a bit distracted this morning. I got the opening trade and then haven't seen too much else that I've liked. Back on the 1 minute chart here. I haven't seen any setups on my tick charts that I would take. Been very few that even have occurred. Trying to stop watching GameStop and start watching futures here. Looks like an entry here is coming on the stick chart. Oh, this is the wrong. Had it on the wrong account. All right, let's see here. Guess that old resistance still playing a part here on the 1 minute. See if I can get a push here. Not looking good. Not looking good at all for me here. Could I add a contract? So I got one contract there. Oh man, I was break even there. This doesn't look good. All right, see if it can push. I thought we were going to get a push there. I was break even again. I was even up a little bit at one point. It's not looking good for me now. What does it want to do? Let's get a little bit more of a push, and I'll be golden. Come on, don't fail me now. I'll just take it. Take it there. So, not the prettiest of plays, but take it. This is trade 2. You got 41. So 6¼ points. So what is that? 25 ticks. It's actually 25 ticks, but I also added a contract, so it's more than that. But actually, I don't even know how to calculate this because I did add that contract. Whatever it is. But this chart is no longer good for my system. So because technically first entry, second entry long failed below here before it ended up working out. Added a contract in that. So let's say that. All right, so I'll put this chart aside. Where are we on the daily? Gotta update my stats here. Stats, 2 notes a. So for anyone that's been following me, you know that used to be considered a loss because I used to just have my stop right here and I'd get stopped out, or maybe I'd move my stop to here, then I'd be okay, but still hasn't gone to my profit target. But by adding a contract, I was able to get out a little earlier and make some money. It looks like I got out at a good time. Even if it goes up more, didn't have to endure too much more pain. So maybe I'll leave this account alone for now and I'll just go to 42 and see if I can work on 42 for a little bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to, it's now time to stop spending so much time on the evaluations. So I'm trying to make good chunks each day and pass it within a couple days or a few days, if I can. Amma, welcome. Uh-oh. Amma says I'm down 1,000 and locked out for the day. Sorry to hear that. That's never a fun way to start the week. Of course, if you look at my Friday, that might make you feel better about things. This Friday wasn't the way I like to end the week. All right, so I'm watching the 1 minute chart. How to win on the open trade. For you, Amma, quick update. Did the open trade, won on my PA number 10 with 3 contracts, 22 ticks, and also won on my evaluation 40, and did that with 10 contracts and got like 25 or 26 ticks, something like that. Alma says range day, huh? Well, just on the 1 minute, I've got kind of a range marked out. I'm not really sure, on the day. I mean, so far we're inside of a range, right? Yeah, but it's a messy range, so who knows what's really going on here in the big picture. Also took a second trade here on evaluation 41. Went against me. I had to add once. Added once on the 1 minute chart. So this was my original entry. And then I added down here, scalped out here, and then scalped out the whole position here. So what I'm going to attempt to do is just go much bigger on the valuations, try to get them past much, much, much faster than what I've been doing. Since now I'm kind of beyond the stage of like testing out my system, I'm more in the stage of like, let's try to make this happen. So, yeah, I'll try to build up PA10. I'm going to trade the open with it. Still believe in the open, even though I've got those 3 losses. And I'm now 85% on the open on my Apex accounts. So 17 out of 20. I did a whole lot of back testing this weekend as well. Came up with some interesting numbers. So I completed doing the open trade on all of 2023, every single trading day for 2023. And my record was 229 wins and 19 losses for 92%. Alma says, I won the orb too. Nice. Good, good, good. So, in testing all of 2023, we can see that, I've been playing the open for about a month on Apex now. 20 trades, 20 trading days, so about a month. And see that we got 3 losses in that time. When I went through kind of and looked for different stats to pick out of 2023 playback back testing, the most I lost in a single month was 4 in the back test. And then I lost twice in a month. I lost twice in January, in February, in July, August, and September. So 5 months. And then lost once in March, May, June, October, and December. So another 5 months. And then November had no losses. And my biggest losing streak in all of 2023 backtesting was 2 in a row. Yeah, it was a manual backtest. I literally went day to day, went to the open and manually entered, put my orders where I thought they would, just like I do live in the morning on my Apex account, and just went through every single day. So I've been doing this in chunks. So I've done, I did a couple months at a time, and then over the weekend I did the last like 2.5 months I had for 2023 that I hadn't done yet. Talk about win streaks real quick. My biggest win streak for 2023 was 35 wins in a row. Then I had a 29 win in a row. Then I had a 28 win in a row. 21 win in a row. And a 17 win in a row. And a 15 win in a row. And then a 14 win in a row, a 13 win in a row. Those were all my double-digit wins in a row. Alma says, how much time did you take? I don't know. I mean, it was hours and hours and hours for all of 2023. I was kind of crazy. I did this Friday night, actually, because I was just, like, I knew I was like 2.5 months away from completing all of 2023, and I knew I wouldn't have a lot of time over the weekend. So I actually underestimated how long it would take me to do that 2.5 months, or it's like 2 months and a week or something like that. And it took me like 4 hours. I thought it would be faster, but I didn't keep in mind the times where like the trade goes longer. You got to work out of the trade, those sorts of things. So I, and then also there's times where I like to play both sides, and then that takes longer. So I spent like 4 hours on Friday night. I literally did it till like 2 in the morning. I was so tired because I'd been up obviously at 6 in the morning, and then traded like 5 hours that day. And then the rest of the day, it was exhausting. But anyway, I wanted to get it done so that I could talk about it today and see where I was at. So 92% for the whole entire 2023, 229 wins and 19 losses. So if then you add on my 17-3 from Apex, then it's, was it 246 wins and 22 losses. Let me see. 246 plus 22. So still 92% overall, even if I include those in the stats. So 229 wins, 19 losses for 2023. And then I looked at how many times I had to add to the trade to work out of the trade and get a win. And so out of the 229 wins, I had to do that 26 times. So basically just about 10% of the time, 10% of my wins, I had to add a contract to work out of it. So typically it just works. How did you get the data? I have a friend that has all the data going back to 2020. And so he shared it with me. So I did all of 2023. What I plan on doing is in doing 2024, all of 2024 up to date, and seeing where I'm at with that. And then I'm going to go back and do 2022, and then I'm going to go back and do 2021. And you might say I'm a little bit obsessed, but I want to lock it in. So I feel like, what was it? I feel like I had 19 losses. I feel like there was a number of those losses that I could have avoided. So I also feel like 2 of the 3 losses I had on Apex I could have avoided. So I want to go back. I want to go back to just the days I lost, and without looking at the chart, because I save every chart. I want to just go back and replay them again and see if the outcomes are any different, kind of using the experience that I have on it now on so many trades, if I am able to avoid those losses again, or if I just get the same losses. So I want to do that. And then I just want to continue to get as many days as I can. Like today, the trade was pretty easy. The long didn't even come close to triggering for me, and the short triggered, and it worked within the first bar. And even on the evaluation, I was going for 31 ticks. For whatever reason, the ATM didn't get triggered on that evaluation. So when I was when I'd already won on the 22 ticks, and I saw it was kind of stalling to the downside a little bit, I just manually exited just to lock it in. because I didn't want it with 10 contracts. I didn't want it to retrace, which is what it ended up doing, is all the way down here, and it retraced and then went as far high as this again before it ended up going further. So with 10 contracts, you don't have a lot of room for retracement. So I took it, towards the bottom here, and that's what got me the 1,000 plus. And then so I'll do the same thing on it tomorrow, and then I'll do the same thing on it the next day, and then I'm gonna just try to pass these evaluations quicker, and then I'm gonna keep doing it on my PA. And I really believe in the trade. Like, even though I had a little bit of unluck, I was a little unlucky with it, where I've gotten 3 losses inside 4 weeks. Looking back at the data, that can happen sometimes. But I only got a back-to-back loss one time in all of 2023. And, there's plenty of streaks you can go on. And so it's like, I don't want to stop trading it, because, the second you stop trading it, that's when you might have been able to have one of these streaks where you go 35 wins in a row, or 29 wins in a row, or 28 wins in a row. I mean, my smaller streaks were like, I did eight in a row, like 3 times, 7 in a row, 6 in a row. Those are my smaller streaks. But I mean, double digit streaks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times I did a double digit streak in 2023. So that just tells you, I mean, that's all you need. That's all you need for payouts. Yeah, one streak will get you $2,000. That's the thing, right? So, I mean, I've been unfortunate where my 3 losses, I've lost 3 PAs. Maybe I even lost 4 PAs, I forget. But on the open. But really, one of the streaks gets you $2,000. And if you get to the point where you're copy trading, maybe you're doing 2 or more accounts at a time, then, the math adds up quick. So I'm just going to try to keep going, Obviously, I don't want to rack up a huge debt to Apex. I'm already in for, 2,600 now or something? Maybe even a little bit more than that. Alma says, oh, one second, my dog's trying to get in the room. So Alma says, I see now. So really the multiple accounts is your big break. Well, right. So if I can build up PA accounts and kind of sort of have them staggered, like I've started PA 10 now already. If I can pass, another evaluation, get another one going, and then add that to the open trade, and then start building a second one, and then get a third one, it's entirely possible that, you go on a streak and all of a sudden you get 2 or 3 accounts to qualify for a payout in relatively short order. So look at this range held up. So, I mean, in big picture, that's what I'm aiming towards, but small picture, I mean, obviously I need just like at least a single payout to like not be building up just, a big hole to Apex. But, cause right now, one payout, I'm still in the red. I've been very open about that. Ooh. Again, for anyone that remembers the Roaring Kitty phenomenon and GameStop, if you saw the movie or if you remember when that all went down, the meme stock, well, Roaring Kitty tweeted again for the first time yesterday evening about GameStop, and then the stock was up 100% this morning. It came down a bit, but it's still up 70% right now. So that should be interesting. Dude, I didn't realize it until the big move had already happened, but I bought some. We'll see what happens. It's down from where I bought it. But I'll just hold on to it and see. I didn't go crazy. Just a little piece. All right, so Amma says, so basically you just need to be lucky one time with multiple accounts to get the snowball going. Yeah, I mean, in theory, right? It wouldn't take much, because when you could get $2,000 payouts, even if I only do it on one account, that one $2,000 payout still gets me, most of my money back for my investment. And then, any further payment beyond that would be profit. So, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm just basically trying to recreate what I've already seen done by Alpine, right? So he's kind of like he's the model of what I'd like to be able to accomplish, but everyone's different and things work out different ways for different people. I mean, he was able to not build a hole and get a payout and within just a few accounts. And I've already, as you've seen, gone through 10 PAs and still no payout. Well, I've gone through 9 PAs and I've got one left, 9 out of the 10. So I've already not been able to do what he did, but I also had half of those PAs before I even saw what he was doing. Or not that it was before I saw what he was doing, but it was before I acted to try to emulate it at all. So now my entire game plan is just, I was testing out my system, testing out, what my win rate would be. And now it's pretty clear to me, my win rate on my normal scalping, I'm like an 80% scalper, like I was just talking about on the opening trade on the Alp Orb. I'm only 85% right now. I have 20 trades on Apex, but with my back testing of 2023, I know I'm 92% there. So, I'm a little bit lower than what I've seen the data says for an entire year. And then I also think that some amount of those losses could have been avoided with a little bit more of experience. And I feel like the more I've done, the less losses I've taken. So, but it's just, you can get unlucky with it too. It's that kind of trade. I mean, you can get bottom ticked in or top ticked in and it goes against you and you blow up an account. So that's the hard part, is you can blow an account on any given day because of one single tick. Amma says, basically Alpine found a way to be on the lucky trade. Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, it's got such a high win rate, with $25 drawdown, it's got, for me, a 92% win rate over a year. So, 8% of the time you're going to lose, which means 8% of the time you're going to lose an account. But 92% of the time, based on those numbers, you're going to have a winner. And then, I recorded all the win streaks. So, you could basically get a payout with like a 10 or 11 win streak. If you're doing 3 contracts instead of 2, which is what I did today, you could get a payout in 9 trades. And, 9 trades is very doable to get 9 win streaks. Amma says, just keep playing and hope to be in line with the 12 win streak is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, well, so the other thing I adjusted based on what I was seeing was I'm now going to do it with 3 contracts. So as you can see, 3 contracts, I made 318 today on my PA account. So 3 contracts, 9 trades, you get a payout. So I've by upping it 1 contract, I could get a payout with 3 less trades. And so that raises the probability a huge ton to be able to do it in 9 trades versus 12 trades. So, and then the probability of losing with 3 contracts versus winning is basically the same. Like having a 3rd contract or a 2nd contract, there's no trade that I would have lost because I traded 3 contracts instead of 2. So, so there's no probability change. So there's no reason to only trade 2 contracts, in my opinion. I think it makes sense to trade 3 contracts and be able to get a payout in under 10 trades. And think about it. If you do trade 10 trades, then you got a little bit more cushion when you take the 2,000 out. So it's not so bad if you do take that 10th trade. Although if you're qualifying in 9 trades, I'm flipping the 10th day. So especially to start with, I'm locking it in. I'll take my payout, and then if I burn the account, I'll just play the evaluations hard and try to pass them fast again. So that's the plan. So then my other game plan, I mean, I've learned so much. I'm modifying things so fast as I go and move forward in this journey I'm on. But so tomorrow, I'll probably play 40 and 41 on the open trade, right? I'll probably do both of those together, and then I'll play the PA as well. So I'll try to get another, 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever it is, on both of those accounts. And then I'll leave 42 open for trading. And if I manage to blow up 42 today, then I'll get another evaluation. And then every single day, I'll probably just add an evaluation. I'll probably add an evaluation to the open trade. Because also just considering I've had 3 losses in the past 4 weeks, so in theory, the odds of me getting another loss soon are lower. I'm just going to try to play these evaluations harder. They're $30. I've been taking my time passing the evaluations. So a lot of the evaluations I passed in 2, 3, 4 months. So, instead of taking 2, 3, 4 months and spending the $30 over the course of that length of time and losing all that time, I'll spend the $30, multiple times in a smaller amount of time, just trying to pass them and get the PAs and just trying to put more trades on the PAs. Alma says, "Oh yeah, I remember that plan. Sounds fun." Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, you know, just realized I just missed a trade here. Maybe I gotta pay more attention. So I like this on the 1 minute. Also, today is going to be a day where I have to take my daughter to school, so I'm going to have to stop in the next 15 minutes or so. 10 to 15 minutes. I'll leave my stream running and then I'll come back and see how things look. I have a new hard rule based on Friday, which was already my hard rule, but it reinforced it, which is I'm not trading past 1:30 Eastern. Ever. Yeah, this was a nice trade. Maybe I should have jumped in late, but I also learned my lesson again about chasing trades. So chasing just usually doesn't work for me, and I've never done well trading past 1:30 Eastern. So I'm going to still try to, in general, be done by 12 to 12:30 Eastern, but like 1:30 Eastern is going to be a hard rule. I am never trading past that time again, based on me chasing that trade on Friday, getting carried away and blowing up an account that I had made a lot of progress on. I mean, if I had kept that account from Friday and didn't blow it up on that last trade, and I got this win today on the open, I mean, I'd be like $600 or $700 away, something like that, from passing an evaluation already. So no more of that. Amma says, "Oh yeah, can you let me know if that was an actual trade from the top to the bottom of the range?" From here? For me, no. For me, I wouldn't have taken a trade up here, but I like this one at the bottom to go long back to the midpoint. I would have been in and out of that trade before here. But from the top, no, there's nothing for me that I would have taken. Says the bottom long is a good trade. I like it because we have a new high here and we have a first entry long and a second entry long. So looking at second entries, one leg down, two legs down, and it's lined up right with the support level there. So I would have liked that if I was paying a little bit more attention. Especially, I mean, this level has been so solid for so long. And it's a really strong bar, bullish bar. But we'll see what happens here now. I just realized that I don't have any good tick charts left currently. Oh, hello. Oh yeah? I'll be right back. All right, I'll be back in just 1 minute. All right, so I am going to have to stop soon. In like 5 minutes, I'll stop, and then I'll be back at like 12:15 Eastern. All right. So yeah, just the two charts I was watching both have bad entries, so let's see if there's any other tick charts to play today. Otherwise, I'll just freelance on the 1 minute like I've been doing lately. Yeah, so I've got one chart to watch, one tick chart. Otherwise, it's going to be the 1 minute. It's interesting when it broke out, it reached the measured move of the range. It's kind of blue line here. All right, so I don't think I'm going to get a trade before I have to go. So I'm just going to stop for now. And I'll be back at about 12:15. So let's see. All right, so I'll be back then. If you're still around, come check me out then. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave this 1 minute chart up. And leave it like that. And see how it looks when I get back. Thanks for watching, anyone that's been here so far. All right, I'm back. Let's see what we got going on here. Just back into this range. All right, let me see. Just gonna put my account back on here. I'm going to 42 next. All right, so account 42 is chosen. Just really sideways all morning since 10 Eastern. Two hours, 18 minutes. All right, so I'm already happy with the day, obviously. I'm not going to push 41 any further. 42, I'd like to see if I can do a little something with that. PA, I like where I'm at on that one for first day traded. That's all I got to do. If I do that 9 days in a row, I've got to pay out. So that's going to be my hope and goal. I'm just going to try to pass evaluations faster. And I bought some GameStop today because of Roaring Kitty. And I'm down a little bit on that. I bought about a little bit higher than where it's currently at, but not too much higher. I'll just see how that goes. If it goes down a bit, maybe I'll add a few more contracts. All right, so things are just looking very sideways at the moment, so I'm just going to stay patient here. Just reading the message boards about GameStop and Roaring Kitty. Is it going to be the sequel? All right, GameStop will be interesting. All right, how's everybody doing out there with their trading today? I was thinking long, but I just, it's in this tight stuff. You're basically trading for a breakout, and it's not really what I want to be looking for in this situation. These kinds of small breakouts tend to fail. We'll see. So I still just got the 2 trades for today. The open, and then took this guy over here. I had to add in a contract down here, and then got out here. Switched accounts, so it's not showing the markers right now, but that was the trade I took on evaluation 41. And then my other profits are from the open trade. And I've only got one good tick chart left, which is this one. So I'm keeping my eye on this. Really just looks like kind of a range like that. So see what happens here. But keeping my eye on the 1 minute the most, since it's 9:30 already. I don't typically like to trade the BS system past this point, so the 1 minute chart's really what I'm gonna just be watching. See if I can get a trade on the new evaluation 42. And let's see. On the 41, I did it with 5 contracts, and then I added a contract. I'll probably do the same sort of thing. I'm just going to be much more aggressive with my evaluations now. The days of spending 1, 2, 3 months on one evaluation, those days are going to be over. Now it's going to be just trying to get evaluations over the top, make them PAs, and try to get most of my good trades on my PA accounts. Because what I've been finding is that I keep wasting all my really good trades on my evaluations. So it seems like. So I go on a great run for evaluations. I make a bunch of money across multiple evaluations, get them to pass or close to pass. And then by the time I start getting to focus on the PAs, once I built the PAs up, I've already wasted all those trades on the evaluations, and then I run into my losers on the PAs. So I'm trying to change that formula. All right, so we're running back to the highs of this range now. We'll see what happens. And I'll definitely be done trading in the next half hour to hour, and then just come back and hope to have a similar day tomorrow. Here at the top, we'll see what happens here. So it seems like from the open, did we have full measured move down? Full measured move plus a little bit. And maybe it's possible we're looking at 1 leg up, 2 legs up. Just doesn't put a whole lot more. Seems like we would expect a retest of the high. Maybe not, because this could be a retest of this. Where I got a first entry, second entry, failed, went higher. Second entry still would have worked for my profit target here. Let's see. All right. Just watching. I was looking at this and kind of going, do I want to go short there? I guess that would have been a good spot. Because I was away for all of this, I just don't really have a feel for the way the market's moving at the moment. So I'm just trying to watch it and find a good spot to get in if I'm going to get in. All right. Just not really sure where we're headed here. So yeah, last week Friday was rough to deal with going into the weekend. Just kind of feeling negative, and it was really just that last trade that I took like way late in the trading session. That's something I haven't allowed myself to do in a really long time. Like chase a trade and get in. It's not even a setup anymore. The move already happened for the setup I wanted to take. I'd skipped it and then I just let FOMO take over and try to jump in. I kind of had the attitude of like, well, I already blew up my PA that day, and I was making good progress on the evaluation that I was working on Friday. And I was like, well, let's just go for it, roll the dice, and got a little bit outside of my trading. So today it's like just trying to stay positive, use that as a lesson as to, what I have not been doing and what I should not be doing. And it was like a good reminder of like, this is the reasons why I don't do these things, because it doesn't work out. The things I've been doing in my trading here on YouTube for the last 5 months is working. I've just been going at a snail's pace, and I've been putting most of my efforts towards evaluations, and so I'm not seeing the results in terms of payouts on my PAs because I'm wasting all my good trades on evaluations and building it up over 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And so I just have to like remind myself, like, stick with what's working. What's working for me is not trading after 1:30 Eastern ever. Not chasing trades, just taking my setups. If I miss the setup, then I let it go and I wait for the next one. I don't try to jump in and chase it. And, I think largely trading on the 1 minute has worked for me. That was the first loss I got, and it was like a non-setup that I got the loss on. So when I see my setups, I gotta be willing to take them. And if I don't take them, I gotta be willing to wait for the next one and not try to chase it and get in late, because that never has been a winning strategy for me. So just moving forward, and today's a good sign. I talked about all the back testing I did earlier. I back tested 2023 for the opening trade. And I talked about my results. When you're 92% over the course of a whole entire year, you gotta take notice of that and not let 3 random losses in a 4-week period get you off of a trade. If you have a 92% winning trade, are you gonna stop trading it because you got 3 random losses? I don't think so. I'm not. So I'm just gonna keep doing my thing with it. I gain more experience every day that I trade it. I gained a lot of experience back testing it, and it's a case-by-case basis. That's why I don't think a bot is going to work for the opening trade, because it's not every single day is a different setup. And I think it takes the human eye, at least in my opinion, I think it takes a human to look at it and decipher how tight you want to play one side or the other, and how wide you want to play it, and making sure that there's room whichever way you go. So I'm kind of seeing potentially something like this here. See if this holds up. Makes sense though that we came from the top, we'll head back to the bottom. I mean, I don't know where the bottom is anymore on this range. I wonder if I make this wider. Maybe it's more like that now. So we'll see. So this didn't hold. See if it was a failed breakout. I was looking at calls for GameStop. It seems like the spread is just huge. All right, so that was a failed breakout here. Basically a new high, first entry, second entry. Move down here. Just gonna wait for an entry I like if I'm going to take anything. Just looking at the tick chart, a little shy of that measured move I made. Very sideways here. Just looking at all the Roaring Kitty stuff, sometimes the sequel is better than the original. Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2. Sometimes when it's a really good movie, the sequel is the best one. No, I didn't jump in on it the first time, so I'll give it a chance this time. He still hasn't put anything on his YouTube page, but he's put something on his Twitter page, whatever they call it. Looks like AMC's making a move also. All right, so are we going to be headed back down towards the bottom of the range? That's always the question in these situations. All right, market, what are we going to do? It's 10 o'clock. I'll watch this for maybe 15 more minutes and then call it a day. I'm so distracted by the whole roaring kitty thing. If only I noticed that a little bit earlier, I could have gotten in a better price. If it goes down, I'll probably buy some more. All right. Well, if this is all I have today, it's still a good day for me. I forgot to change this. Just do one here. Third of the way on this evaluation. Got a nice start on 41 and got my first day in on my PA, my last remaining PA. Just 9 days of that and there'll be a payout. All I gotta do is stretch together a 9-win streak. Should be completely doable based on my backtesting results. Ooh. Anybody else buying GameStop today? Look at this move. Wow. Right. Aggressive sell-off. Previous day close has been holding most of the session. Limit buys. Good scalping right there. Ooh, look at that. So let's just see what happens here. These are the first closing bars below this level. but it's right on the previous day close where it's being held up again. So I want to see if it follows through this. Where are we at on the daily? So again, that midline coming into play. This is what I've seen before. Midline acts as resistance, and then it comes all the way back. So I don't know if that's what it's planning on, but this doesn't look positive. Wow, look at that buy up. Market's getting a little crazy. My tick chart. I have no idea what's going on to try to do anything in this. Breakout failed. Coming back in the range. Right around the previous day close, which has been kind of the support level for the whole market going back to Sunday's trading. It was resistance in the beginning of the session, and then in the overnight became support. So I don't know, maybe a higher low here. There's a higher low. Doji makes me second guess it there. It's like another situation where because it's 10:15, it's just making me feel like, do I really want to take another trade right now? This would have been good. I just don't want to repeat the mistakes of Friday where I had a good day and then I ruined it with one last trade late in the session. If I was in this trade, I was probably going to take it to the EMA. So if it doesn't get to the EMA right now, then and goes the other way, I'd say that'd probably be a losing trade for me. But if it gets to the EMA, that would have been a winning trade. All right, so knowing me, I'd probably get out right around here since I'm just shy of the target. Yeah. So that would have been a good trade for me. Wow. Oh, I definitely had the right idea. All right, I'm just going to call it. I'm happy with the day. That probably was a trade I could have really taken. I didn't like seeing this doji right before the higher low that I was considering entering. And learned my lesson from Friday, trading late in the session. I needed a good day to kind of recover, get back into a positive space after the way things ended on Friday. And I feel like I've accomplished that today. So call it here. I'll hope for another good day tomorrow on the open trade and with the scalping after that. So yeah, I took advantage of the 80% off discount. And you can too with this code or any other that you might have, and good till May 31st. So I got 3 new evaluations for today. And since I had a good day, I'll hold off on buying any more. I still have the one that I didn't trade today. So I'll try to get another 10 contract win on the open tomorrow on the evaluation 40. And then I guess I'll continue to try to scalp on 41 when I start my day tomorrow, as well as I'll put on the open trade on PA10. So PA10 got the open trade today, 3 contracts. I'm going to just stay at 3 contracts on that, play it every day. And if I can be fortunate enough to get 9 wins in a row, that will be a payout. So that's it for me. I'll be streaming live every day at 10 Eastern. And check out my review video that I'll work on next and get that out soon. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments and the likes and subscribes, and be back at it tomorrow. And I'm in on GameStop. Roaring Kitty says GameStop again. So here we go. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.